Okay, that's fine. Okay. Alright. New game.
Are we streaming?
Yeah, we're streaming.
Oh, well, thanks for letting me know. Anyway, this is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Last minute. We were going to play Dragon Quest Slime Adventure Deluxe.
Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime.
But then we couldn't get the capture working on DS, so we're playing this instead. Which, man, I'm so bummed I get to play this awesome game.
So I've never played it.
Okay, I've played every game except for the newest one that came out, The Great Ace Attorney. That's been sitting in my Steam library for...
The Great Ace Attorney?
Yeah, it's the newest one.
Oh, when you said the new one, I was thinking Chronicles.
Chronicles?
Is that...
No, get Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
so, but that's been sitting in my Steam library for like a year. But I've been wanting to play it for a while, but maybe I'll play it after this. I love this game series. I love it. I love it. I love Capcom in general, but I love this game series.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, I'm gonna guide you a little bit.
Okay.
Before we even start, what are we gonna do about voices?
What do you mean?
Like, there's a lot of text in this game. Are we gonna let people read it for themselves, or do we want to actually say the dialogue?
Oh, I think I set the precedent when I played Paper Mario that I read the dialogue.
Okay. So how do we want it? Well, there's two of us now. So how do we want to divide this up? Do you want to voice Phoenix and I do literally everyone else? and stretch my voice acting muscles that don't exist?
Yeah, you usually do that. Like when we play D&D, you're always you're the DM, so you do a bunch
I've got
of
like
different
three voices I do.
Yeah, well,
so I can do it though if you just want to voice Phoenix. That's up to you though.
Okay. All right, I'll voice Phoenix.
All right, cool. He's super cool.
Okay. So we're playing the first turnabout?
Yeah.
I'm guessing like each episode is a case?
You got an achievement already.
Nice.
Oh.
Wait, who is this?
Gasp. Oh my god. Damn it! Why me?
What?
I can't get caught. Not like this.
They're showing his face?
I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it.
This is a good voice for him.
All right.
That was good.
It won't be consistent. Oh. August 3rd, 1947, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
Boy, am I nervous.
Right! My eyes are up here.
Oh, hi, I'll see you, Chief. I didn't pick a
golly! Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It seems kind of messed up, actually.
This is My Cousin Vinny!
It says a lot about you and your client as well.
Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor.
A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case?
Yes, he's my cousin. He was accidentally framed for murder when he was in
You're
Alabama.
kind of close, except for the cousin part.
Actually, I kind of owe him my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney.
Well, that's news to me.
I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much.
It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Is that your client screaming over there?
Yeah, it's him.
Death, despair, ooh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die.
Yeah.
Nick!
Hey there. Wait, why do you call him Nick?
That's Phoenix, Nick.
Oh.
It's the closest thing you can do for a nickname for Phoenix.
Okay, okay.
Dude, I'm so guilty! Tell them I'm guilty!
What?
Give me the death sentence, I ain't afraid to die.
What? What's wrong, Larry?
Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished! I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Aw, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away?
You keep going for a drink between every line, and then I press A and you have to keep...
Fine.
It's funny.
I'm gonna be voicing a lot of characters.
The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. We know it's not him. We saw the cutscene.
Yeah, they usually do this in the beginning of the game. They give you an easy one where they let you know who it is.
My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts.
Yeah, Larry's great. I love Larry.
We went to school with a brother and sister with the last name Butt.
We did.
I was...
Not Butts with a Z, though.
No, it was B-U-T-T.
Mm-hmm.
I always remember people would say it was John. If me and John were gay and got married, we'd be John and Chad Butthead.
Oh, you get the hyphenated in it last
Yeah.
name? Yeah. Headbutt.
No, Butthead's funnier.
Headbutt would have been funny, too.
Yes. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. And I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. That's just what I'm going to do. Why did the screen shake?
Oh, just show emphasis, like he's so pumped up.
Oh.
August 3rd, 1912, District Courtroom number 2.
Oh.
I get to be the judge, too. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves.
Oof. Thank you, Your Honor.
Silence. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
What?
Like all courtrooms do. Like if you're new, we're going to do a mock trial, literally, just to see how good you are.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, there's like voir dire, but that's like
I guess.
For witnesses, but
I guess, but this is still kind of embarrassing to be called out like this on your first day.
hands shaking, eyesight fading.
Mom spaghetti.
That's exactly where I was going to.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely.
Okay.
Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
Okay.
Imagine if you fuck that up.
It's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Okay, that's like, I understand what they're doing here for like the sake of the game, but
Yeah.
in the
Oh yeah, and they do this multiple times in the series, and it makes less sense like the more you do. Correct. Just keep your wits about you, and you'll do fine. Next question. This is the murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name?
we don't know the victim's name. I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover so many times. It's uh-oh. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Okay there, Nick.
Phoenix! Are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily. I think
I feel migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record.
Cindy.
Cindy. Of course it's Cindy. We're the best. Just press tab, or, you know, if you're using a controller like a regular human being. Remember to check it off and do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Don't fucking embarrass me. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case?
Oh, wait, what?
It's Cindy.
There's two Cindys!
No, it's Cinder Block. The middle one is Cinder Block, Chad.
It's a good thing you're here.
Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me what's the cause of death. I was drinking coffee. She died because she was... Well, we saw what happened in the intro. Hit with a blunt object.
Does that say in the court record?
Yeah, it does. Even if you weren't watching the intro.
Okay.
Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed.
Oh.
Despite you barely scraped through that. You barely scraped through that. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. I wish I could feel relaxed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Statue. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy.
Statue is added to the court record.
Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in the court. Use tab, get a nice refreshing tab, to check the court record frequently.
Got it.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. That's you.
Chief, what do I do now?
Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready.
Is all the important stuff going to be, like, in red text?
Not all of it, but,
okay.
Well, you'll see. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh.
Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Oh, look at the smug friggin' look.
Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony.
Didn't they all die?
I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, would you describe as generally what we mean by dumped? In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. Like me. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them?
Shouldn't he be a suspect?
Who?
The guy she brought back?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's never brought up ever. Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added.
Wait. The murder was on July 31st, and we're in court like 2 days later?
Yeah. This whole game is kind of a parody of the Japanese justice system.
Oh, okay.
This is how it goes there. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way! The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Oh my goodness.
Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this stone was. I like he's hearing this all for the first time in court is really funny.
Yeah, it's...
Tell me, Mr. Buzz, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I?
What are you gonna do?
Am I even allowed to stop him?
It's giving you the option.
I'm gonna stop.
That's you, by the way.
But, oh, that question is irrelevant to this case.
Oof! Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog.
Oh, butts.
I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the after, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. This guy didn't do it. Weird. Shall we continue let's continue the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite.
Oh boy. This is so not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Gulp? Well, did you or did you not? Huh? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Oh my fucking god.
Okay, Butts. Okay.
Alright.
Uh-oh. He went. What do I do?
What are you gonna do?
I feel like stop him from answering was the wrong thing last time. So, I'm gonna do it again. Send him a signal. Bye. Like a dog.
Well, see, it's like this. I don't remember.
Oh.
You don't remember. Well then, we'll just have to remind you.
Got a bad feeling about this.
We have a witness that can prove he did go to the victim's apartment that day. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime! I want to gavel. Like, yeah. I want to be in character. Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Shawitt to the stand.
Saw it!
Frank saw it, sorry. Sorry.
Oh no, it's the guy.
I've never said these names out loud, I'm just used to pronouncing them. Mr. Saw it, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is that correct? Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Saw it, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness account. You gotta pay attention to this. This is where it gets real.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Testimony. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving. Dead! I quailed? I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Remember those public phones?
There's still one outside the coffee shop on St. George.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there.
You said 1 p.m., right?
He said 1 p.m. You're going to get a chance to review it.
Okay. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sott used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Added to the court record, electricity in Mrs. Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Wright.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination. Ooh, we're getting to the meat of the game.
Okay. Cross-examination, Your Honor?
You're a lawyer! Alright, right. This is it, the real deal.
Oh no, what exactly am I
How did he
supposed
pass
to...
his fucking bar exam? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Your client is innocent, right? Then the witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty?
How do I prove he's not?
You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There is bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face.
Okay.
Open the court record with tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, this is... Now you have to look.
Okay. Went door to door when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. Okay.
Is there anything there? And by the way, top right, see that bar? That's your health bar. If you fuck up too many times, you can die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fleeing an apartment.
So if you ever feel like you're gonna die, you can save it like anytime you want to.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything wrong there.
No, you can, once you go through all the text, it lets you go back through all of it. You don't have to get it in one try.
Oh, okay. Time of death for... Ooh! Time of death is wrong. Or, like, but in the time of death. Okay.
Okay. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Seems fine.
Yeah.
Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment.
Okay.
Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead.
Okay.
Quailed and frightened, found myself in movement inside. Alright. Thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby... Okay. Okay. I think this is where it's at.
That's what I...
Why?
Oh, okay. Found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy
music is so
report.
good.
The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, his health bar's going down now. Look at him sweating.
This is what happens anytime you're like, you got them on the ropes, they start freaking the fuck out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, This is trivial! The witness merely forgot the time! After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Saw It. Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's really a good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies.
Ooh.
See through one, and their whole story falls apart.
Ooh.
Wait, I remember now. I remember. I got this, guys. Come on, I got this. Like, come on. With a name like Saw It, like, come on. Would you care to give your testimony again?
Oh, he gets to redo his testimony?
Yeah, he does. This is what happens every time you point out a contradiction. They revise it. Time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m.
You little sneak.
You saw it too then immediately, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
How
were they watching TV? There was a blackout!
Yes.
I see, you heard a voice saying on the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do.
I've got this one.
Do it.
See, when I found the body, I heard out. Television. Can I present it here?
Maybe, yeah. Give it a try.
Hold it right there. Prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. This record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
She had a gas generator! Gah! The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Saw It? No, I found it quite puzzling myself, to be honest. Quite, my toupee! Wait, I remember now. Mr. Saw It, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather distraught.
Oh, I saw his toupee that time.
Yeah. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body is all. He's such a scumbag.
Do you know what I realized we did?
What?
We're not streaming right now. We're recording.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Chat. Oh my god, dude.
I mean, we can still put up this recording on YouTube.
Yeah, but hit the stream button now then, I guess. We still didn't tell anyone.
I was like, why isn't the counter going?
Now the game isn't on screen. But the counter never goes.
The counter always like goes after like.
Are we streaming now?
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, if you just tuned into the stream, we've been playing for like
20 minutes.
20 minutes, and we didn't realize we were streaming. So, if you want to see the first half, there's gonna be a VOD on YouTube at some point.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's continue.
It doesn't help that OBS puts the two buttons right next to each other, and they both say start. One says start recording, one says start streaming, and they're literally right next to each other.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we're going there now.
All right, let's make sure we never make that mistake ever again.
I've made that mistake when I was streaming on my own.
Okay. All right. We're streaming. Okay.
We're streaming.
I must have been a shock of finding the body. This guy murdered someone. That's if you're wondering where we were. Very well, Mr. Saw It. Let's hear your testimony one more time. All right. That's testimony.
All right.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it, like my name. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? There was! Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. What?
Oh, okay.
That must have been what I saw. I thought the murder weapon was a statue.
It was.
You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense might cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Actually, I didn't hear the time I saw it.
Yeah, that was that.
Probably on the murder weapon. You want to be like, and then present the statue, I guess. Yeah.
Wait, just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was a statue. It was a statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock?
What? With your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Some kind of lawyer?
Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? It's in my name. I saw it. I saw things. It's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Penn? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock.
Oh!
The neck isn't a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submit it as a statue. My apologies. Way to fuck up, prosecution. I see.
They said you hear it, not see it.
Yeah. Oh, contradiction. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with the testimony now?
Yeah. Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet, the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
Witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there.
I'll do better than that. I can prove you're the one who killed her.
Whoa!
You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Yeah, you got anime speed lines when you do really good in the background. Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saw It. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon just spoke as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
Just look at his face!
He's got one eye popping out.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw, my name is saw it! Gah! Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you, I saw him! Probably peeking the shit out of the audio. He killed her, and he should burn, give him death. Okay!
I have a limiter on the mic, so it should limit before it cuts out, but...
Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright?
Your Honor?
You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Saw heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply...
Examine the clock's batteries. Try sounding the clock.
Why try sounding the clock? Cost batteries, no.
I think it's the last one, but...
No, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully.
Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? It's you.
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's, 11:25. Ack!
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one.
You forgot one thing, pretty boy.
Uh-oh. What's he talking about now?
While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
He's right. How am I going to prove? What? It's so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Sawit, Mr. Frank Sawit. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens! You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Especially you.
Grr, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now.
Not so fast, Mr. Sawit. Oh, did you forget about me, huh?
Chief.
Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking outside of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
Yeah.
You can. Yeah.
Wait. Maybe I can prove it. Well, Mr. Wright.
Oh, sorry. You say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Yeah, because she brought it back from Paris.
Yeah, you're right.
Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Passport, yeah.
Victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours.
All of us know that. I knew that.
When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 9 a.m. the next day there.
1 a.m.
What did I say?
9.
Oh, 1 a.m.
We all know. Like, he embarrasses himself super hard in front of the court. It's 1 p.m. Oh, shit.
Clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. Victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in your apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw it? Or should I say, Mr. Did it?
Oh, shit! Everyone in the court. Fuck, dude.
I was gonna say, you get that meme of the guys in the playground or whatever, like with the, ooh, he ended his life.
Snap! Order, I say.
I'm about to end this whole man's career.
Yes.
Order.
Well, this case has certainly turned out different than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness. He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to say, I'm impressed. Why would you be... You didn't know what a cross-examination was when he walked into the court. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but... This court finds the defendant, Mr. Elliot Butts. Also, they don't believe in juries, I guess. The judge just determines if everyone's guilty or not. And with that, this court is adjourned.
Turns out that Frank Sott was a common burglar. He posed as newspaper salesman to check and see when the people were out of the house. Yes, this is the first time playing this. Aaron.
Yeah.
That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home.
I've played this just to
Oh yeah, Kyle's played it.
This is Jasper's time.
Yeah. After he left, Mr. Sawit After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find.
Hell yeah, dude.
Meant for the channel. Oh yeah, this is our first episode of the channel. This is the first case. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby. Number 2. Ooh. Ooh. I still can't believe we won.
Right, good job in there. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note.
I've never seen the Chief looking this happy.
Now's your chance, Phoenix!
She's this glad. Imagine how Larry must feel.
My life is over!
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good. Wait, no, what? I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever.
Larry, she was never mind.
Congratulations, Harry.
Wait, what? Who's Harry?
I think you just got his name wrong. Harry! Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butt's innocent. She doesn't learn his name. Thanks. I really owe you one. Ooh. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't.
Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. That's active evidence of a crime. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. I don't think you can legally do that.
Yeah, but is she giving her the one that he has?
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick.
But if he made it, it didn't come from Paris. He just made it wrong and set it 3 hours behind.
Well, keep going. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry?
Larry.
Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing. Really? Isn't that right? I've never said this out loud. It's so weird. Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
Oh yeah, right.
You do. You just brought up the point. Like,
What the heck is she talking about?
so Paris, you just said, if he made it, why did she have it in Paris? Because she brought it with her. Check. Oh, that's you.
Oh, check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Huh? What about that clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
Hope that made him feel a little better.
Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself.
Ugh.
Oh, come on, that's a nice sentiment. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Ever. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner on me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah! I love innocent butts. Oh, speaking of Harry. You're saying part of why you became a lawyer is because of him.
Yeah, part at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks?
Ooh. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave me I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. Oh. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be on one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. What, did she die or something? The end. I know you can't say because spoilers. Whoa, that was a quick. How many episodes are there in a
5?
5 in a game?
Yeah.
How long does it take to beat a game?
This one probably like 10ish hours. But a little less than we were going to play when we were playing Rocket Slime. It'd be less to beat this than Rocket Slime. What?
Are all the episodes that short?
No, that's probably the shortest one.
Oh, okay.
That was like the tutorial one. The first one's always like the tutorial one. They get harder as they go too.
Oh, okay.
I think the last case in this is really fucking long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll be cellular. Bring, beep. Great voice acting, right? Hello, this is Maya. Hey, Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while.
Maya and Mia.
Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely, and it's all your fault.
Okay.
Nah, I'm just teasing. She's cool. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place.
I'm just teasing. It's like Mike Birbiglia's bit about Not everything's a joke just because you said, I'm just joking.
Oh, yeah. You say anything as offensive as you want, as long as you say, I'm just joking at the end.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you. What? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey! I'm not a little girl anymore, sis.
Oh, they're sisters.
Now, you know I'm only teasing.
Mia and Maya as sisters?
Yeah. Their parents were assholes. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9 o'clock, to pick it up? I'll be in pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good American burger. In America. Okay, we'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal.
Hope the usual joint isn't a McDonald's.
Okay, sis. See you soon. Yep. I'll be waiting, Maya. Beep. Conversation recorded September 5th, I keep doing that! September 5th, 9:27 a.m. I wonder if that's gonna come into evidence. September 5th, 1876. Fay Company Law Office. Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine, the papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Fay, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the Thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? Ho ho ho. You are not
Cogniferous
of my background. Thank you, Chad. I don't see that word enough. I don't know how to pronounce it. Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. Ho ho ho. My dear Miss Fay, I am so very sorry.
What is that? I'm still stuck on the word cogniferous.
Yeah.
What's happening right now?
This is a well-spoken gentleman, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
But I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence! Farewell, Miss Fay. Exclamation point!
Wait, that's not Mia, is it?
Yeah, it is. Oh, that's Maya. Or no, wait, no, that's Mia. That's Mia, yeah.
Okay. So this clock was used to murder two
Red,
women.
white, blue. You were just making headway with the boss, too. She was into you. September 5th, 2027. Fan Company Law Offices.
Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh? That's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell?
Sounds like dead person.
Blood! Mia! Maybe she's in her office.
Examine, remove.
What? Examine what?
Yeah,
Move where?
in between cases, you investigate stuff. So if you examine, you get to examine the room and stuff. But it's mostly just flavor text, unless there's no active crime here. It glows.
Oh.
It glows yellow. The magnifying glass when it's over something you can investigate. But I don't think it will let you now.
Okay.
So it probably just makes you want to move into the office.
That smell. Blood.
Sup, sis?
Someone's there. Chief! Chief! Chief!
Yeah, that's what I imagine. Screaming up to the heavens. Chief! You liked me, right?
Oh, look, she's wearing one of those Tears of the Kingdom tears on her necklace.
That's a magatama, Chad.
Oh, who are you? What's Makatama?
It's a traditional Japanese, like, Shinto religion thing. That's what they're based off of in Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, okay.
Because it's from Japan.
Well, yeah.
And this game's from Japan, despite it being in America.
It's in America?
It's America in the localization.
Oh, okay. Strange girl dropped out cold. Left her lying on the office sofa. Went back to the chief where she lay under the window. She's not dead. Body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder.
Totally alive.
Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally, she was cold. Okay, maybe she's dead.
She might be dead.
Chief!
Now you can examine and look around for evidence.
Chief. It's hard seeing her like this. But if there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. Thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon.
Made by Larry Butts.
There's some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of glass. Must be pieces of the glass light
Glass light stand.
lying broken in the back.
See,
of
it's
the
right
room.
there. It's got back over. Broken beyond recognition.
Nothing else here. It seems like a clue. Piece of paper. Must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? It says Maya on it.
She did it.
Word is written in blood on a scrap piece of paper. Maya. Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store dated yesterday.
You got so much evidence, dude.
I think that's enough snooping around for now. Better call the police. Find out what that girl was doing here.
Oh, I think my favorite character is gonna come in soon. I'm excited.
It's encrusted with dried blood. How ironic. Is your favorite character like the chief inspector or something like that? Okay, the look on your face is... Yeah, it is. How ironic that this became the murder weapon again. Wait.
You can look at her legs or her body or something. Well, 'cause it has a check mark on it if there's nothing else to find there. The magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chief's chair. Simple functional design. Feels pretty good to sit into.
Yeah. There's lots of flavor text. Like you can look at like lots of different things in this game.
Okay. Okay, I already checked on her. Why? It's painful to look. But I have to for Mia's sake. Looks like she was hit in the head.
Yeah, I think it's all the same.
Okay, it just didn't have the...
Yeah, when I play this game on my own, I go through like everything and make sure everything on the screen has a check mark, just make sure I don't miss anything.
Right.
But since we're streaming.
There's a large building right across gate.
The Gatewater
Hotel. A nice luxurious place. Okay, I think, yeah, that's probably it.
Can you move? Like hit back and...
Oh.
And then go back to the other room.
That girl just now. Where'd she go? Put her right there on the sofa. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't run on me. Oh. Yeeps! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay, I work here.
Maya Faye.
Maya Faye? Maya. So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt. I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom.
Yeah, that's another thing you can do when you're talking to people. You can show them evidence to try to get certain reactions out of them by presenting. But you can just also just talk to them and it'll open up dialogue stuff too.
Oh, okay. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt.
That's my name! Why? Why would she write my name?
Please, just calm down.
Why would Sis write my name?
Uh-oh. Now I've done it. Better hurry up and call the police. So you're the chief's...
Sister. I'm her younger sister.
And you were here visiting? This late at night?
Yes. She said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her.
Evidence?
Yes. It was that clock. It was the Thinker.
She seems to be in shock. Don't want to disturb her, but I have to know. Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened?
I came in, the room was dark. And Sis...
So she was already dead. Okay. Oh. Oh, this is just flavor stuff.
Yeah.
Few can gaze upon the shelves without feeling insignificant. Yeah, okay. Move?
Go. Sometimes maybe going back to the office. Unless there's something else you can present to her. Oh, there's the phone. Oh, you can slide by hitting a button too, like move across the screen.
You can what?
Yeah, you missed it. Because you're on the other side of the screen where you were from before.
Oh,
there's a button that lets you slide across certain environments, so you can see the whole thing.
That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing.
What?
Looks like someone was halfway through taking.
Was there a wiretap on the phone?
Police.
Please, come quick!
What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window.
Oh.
She's staring right at me. She's holding the phone in her hand. Or do I have to defend myself?
It's looking like that.
Slide, okay. Ledger book. Everything is written in the chief's ultra-neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money.
Can you interact with the phone again?
Surprisingly, the chief was never good at machines. But all she used the PC for was email. She picked up the ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing.
I guess not.
Perfect no office desk. Particular policy about office decor. Spend big on stuff clients use, but keep your own stuff simple. Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't think there's...
Okay, you just maybe going back to the room again? The other room? Because you triggered an event. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Thank you. Voice acting theater.
The police. Sounds like they're coming this way.
Freeze! Police! Yeah!
Okay, I thought the gumshoe.
Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see?
Oh my goodness.
He doesn't have his theme music playing. His theme music is one of my favorite pieces of music in this game.
I was expecting him to not look so,
like an oaf?
competent. He looks competent.
Oh, he does?
Like,
to you? Well, I played this game, so I know he's not competent.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that's what I was expecting, was someone not competent. So.
Alright.
Gumshoe. What an odd name.
We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw as a murder.
Must have been the woman I saw.
Anyways, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay?
Great. Just great. Alright. Wait, she wouldn't have... Nah.
Whoa! There's a dead body in here. Did you guys see this shit? Excuse me. Eek. This word Maya here mean anything to yous? That's my name. What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? I'm not... Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. What? Don't you have to investigate or something?
Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around, waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible.
September 6, 1492. Detention center, visitors...
Wow. They have poor Maya locked up like a criminal.
Oh, man. Oh! It's you, the lawyer. Good morning.
Morning. She looks so tired.
Are you going to be my attorney? My ace attorney?
Well, that's what I want to talk to you about.
Sorry, not a chance.
Oh.
Game over.
Oh, is that actually happening?
No, I have no idea. I've never picked it.
Oh.
Why would I? Nah, I'm gonna go home. I'm not really invested in who murdered my boss.
Ooh. Of course I will. Cheer up.
Really?
Whoa. Did I say the wrong thing? She looks sadder now.
Way to go, Chad.
What's wrong? You don't think I can do it?
No, no one could. Who would believe me? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it.
Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought.
It's okay, I understand. I look like a huge murderer. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Oh, that's you.
Heard what about me?
I was talking to... We're bad at this.
Yeah,
I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on the edge the whole time. It's been a while. I paid for the whole seat, but only got the edge. Ha! So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. Ooh!
Oh!
One of those strike fears in the hearts of evil type.
Oh, okay.
The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh, sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I'm ever in trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years.
What?
That is, unless you want to be found guilty.
Oh.
You needed experience. God, you so into Phoenix. Man. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you.
No, it's okay. It's true, I guess.
I didn't know what cross-examination was on my first day at court. Did your sister tell you that? I hope she didn't.
But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. And I think of the person who did this to Mia. There's something I've been wanting to ask you.
Yes?
What's with that outfit?
That's really offensive that you asked that. Oh, this! This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say.
Acolyte? Like people in religious training? What is it you do?
Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training.
A spirit medium? Pretty sure that qualifies as strange. She's gonna absolve herself of the crime because she's gonna bring back her dead sister.
I'm not saying anything.
So you're an acolyte, medium in training?
That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Men, not so much.
Wait a second. You said the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too?
Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. The mountain. Her powers are first class too.
I had no idea. Wait.
What?
So you're a real, honest-to-goodness spirit medium? With ESP and all that?
Yes, in training.
Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? We can just ask her who killed her.
I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level.
Thought that would be too easy.
Yeah.
Tell me about the day of the murder.
Yes! Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for the upcoming trial.
Evidence?
Oh. Yes, that clock shaped like the thinker.
The one Larry made? How could that have been evidence in a case?
Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice?
Her own voice?
Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone.
You recorded it?
Yeah, I forgot how to delete those things.
So, you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it.
Right. Oh. I just remembered. That detective took my cell phone. Sorry.
Oh, right, of course.
How would you get it through the glass anyway? Next time I see Detective Dick Gumshoe, I'll ask for it.
That's my line.
Alright, sorry. I just like Gumshoe so much, I had to say it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay?
Sure, thanks.
Huh?
Something the matter?
I was wondering, Could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. Could you ask him to represent me instead? My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. No shit. You think you could go ask him to represent me? No!
The temptation is there. I feel... If I was Adam right now, I'd flip a coin.
But you're not Adam.
Sure, why not? I'll go ask.
Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to.
Say, what about your parents?
Sore subject.
I see. Don't worry, leave it to me.
Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10. They expedite things so fast in these games.
What, tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
What if this guy refuses?
They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me.
When will that happen?
They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. Jeez.
Visiting hours are almost up. I'd better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Oh. Should I just go?
Is there any evidence you want to show her or anything? Show her your attorney badge?
I can defend you.
I have a badge. What do you think of these glass shards?
Yeah, there's nothing I want to show her.
Okay.
is there?
No. Yeah, that's the law place she wants you to go.
Okay.
This game looks really good in HD. I just want to throw this out real quick because I played this on the DS where it was all pixelated. They really put in the work to make this look really good.
Yeah.
September 6th. Oh, it's no year. Weird. How are we gonna know what year this takes place in?
According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later.
Let's go through his shit. Look at that painting.
Painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it practically gives me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price of is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is. It's probably the most expensive one available. Table for clients. An elegant ebony case, and if I'm not mistaken, that lighter's made of solid gold. Even if I can tell someone here...
Even I can tell someone's got money to burn.
Expensive looking mahogany filled with expensive looking books.
Rich mahogany.
And funny, they don't look like they've ever been read.
Oh, they're show books. Look how smart I am, guys. Look how many books I have.
Solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster.
Where is his bathroom?
Obviously behind the bookshelf.
He's got a little lever.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I need to leave an upper decker here. How dare he stand me up at his own office? Go back to the law offices.
Office filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues.
Hey, you there. This is a crime scene, Pally. No trespassing. Sorry, don't I know you from somewheres?
Oh my goodness.
Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you?
What? No, Phoenix Wright. Could anyone mistake me for Larry?
Ah, guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. I'm kind of doing Mo a little bit from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
That Butts guy, he was a killer, and you're no killer, right?
He was proven innocent. Right.
That's you.
And you were...
Detective Gumtree?
Gumtree, wasn't it? Detective Gumtree?
Gumtree? Gum doesn't grow on trees, Pally. And I'm the one in charge here, so don't push your luck.
Whatever you say, Detective.
Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick.
Hey.
Hey, Dick, get over here. Yeah, yes, sir. Be right there, sir. You're a lawyer, right, Pally? If you got business here, you better do it quick.
Whew, he thinks I'm his lawyer.
I haven't heard theme music yet. It's driving me crazy.
I was wondering, did you see my face cell phone?
Oh, that? I have that.
You think you could give it back?
Sure, I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer.
Uh-oh, he's on to me.
Tell him straight, tell him not so straight.
Tell him why I want it. There's no way he'll give it to me.
Something the matter?
Oh, no, it's just, detective.
Nope, I know nothing, pal.
That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like your boyfriend's. Cell phone holds all the little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets.
You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in the memory.
Impressive. You're quite the detective.
Uh-huh. Oh, here. You can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records in there, after all.
Seems he didn't notice the recorded conversation.
Cell phone added evidence.
Check the court record together. Oh.
And it's a transcript.
Oh,
I think this is the one we heard earlier,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be evidence later. So we'll be probably reading that again at some point. Maya.
Oh, Miss Faye, did you do an autopsy?
You want to know the results, eh? Now don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment, see? Alright. You can see the report, but that's all. God.
Okay. About Maya.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you ain't gonna win.
Why do you say that?
The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Oh, Edgeworth!
Edgeworth?
I'm sure you know what that means. You being a lawyer and all.
Guess I've asked all the questions I need to.
You all done, pal?
Yes, thank you. I'll be heading out now.
Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to the witness. Anyway, you better not. No influence in the witness with your lawyerly ways, alright, pal?
Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. Witness?
Yeah, Miss April May. Yeah, all the names are ridiculous. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Except her name, I guess.
Well, you just told me her name. Yeah, so you've sent her home already then?
Aha, you're trying to use your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial.
So, she's still in the hotel across the way. Guess I should know better than try and sneak
I love this guy. He's so stupid. You got that right, Pally.
Then pay a visit to Miss May. Prosecutor Edgeworth.
That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you?
Of course I do. I know. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict.
Don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case.
So, Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence.
Ooh.
All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Okay.
I'm a lawyer. Did you know that? Just show him the fucking badge.
Perfectly clean as always. Oh, they weren't going to point out the desk? The phone being loose?
At some point, I might have to get up and get some water, because my decision to voice every other character other than Phoenix is taking a toll on the old throat.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna keep doing it.
Well, what time? Well, just take a 5-minute break or something, 2-minute break.
I can keep going a little bit longer. Gatewater Hotel. September 6th, year unknown, Gatewater Hotel, room 303. Well, hello there, handsome. Her music's
hi.
great too.
Smooth, right? Real smooth.
You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Tee.
Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder.
Do-do-do-do. Oh, sorry. I love this music. Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting I can barely contain myself. Oh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness.
Pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one.
Wait, that's you.
It is me.
There's someone sticking out of that drawer!
Screwdriver stuck in this drawer. Wonder what's inside. Let's take a look.
Is it the phone parts? Hey! What are you doing? No touching. Oh, bad boy.
Okay, I really
You
don't
really
like
shouldn't
this
pry
voice.
around in other people's rooms now. Tee. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you?
Upset. I thought she was going to explode for a second there. Wonder what could be inside the drawer.
You'll have to come back later when she's not here, I'm assuming.
Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident.
Ooh, observe, incident? You sounded like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary. Oh, I fucking love this game.
Better not encourage her. Or, you know that thing that happened the other day? The bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please.
Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh boy.
Is your name really April May?
Could you who exactly are you?
Ooh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me?
No, hey, I'm just doing my job here.
Tee. You know, you're cute when you blush.
Oh, Kyle, I don't like this.
What?
It's just
Feels weird?
yeah.
Yeah, don't care. Gotta own the moment, gotta get in character.
Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Alright, can you just tell me what it is you do?
Well, no. Tee. And you had your hopes up too, didn't you? Tee.
Oh boy.
My eyes are down here, by the way.
I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Someone staying here with you?
Ooh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives like on television.
Oh, no, not me. I'm just a lawyer.
Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage? Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Oh, she talks about herself in the third person.
Ugh.
Oh, gross.
Oh boy. He feels the same way.
Anything you want to just throw in her face? Throw some glass in her face? Ha!
Sunlight streams through the window. There's Fancom Law Office's building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize a face from this distance, though.
Ooh, good point.
Bottle and 2 glasses are on the table. Somebody must be staying with her. What's inside, I wonder?
Cough, cough.
Maybe later.
I think you have to come back when she's not here to get that, if I'm remembering correctly.
Wait, should that be still life? Whatever. One of those is hanging on the wall. I don't think there's anything else, is there?
Yeah, I don't think so. We try law office again, see if he's back.
Seems like Mr. Grossberg is
Oh, he's still gone. Yeah. Oh, well, ahem.
That wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard.
Ahem. So, you're the one that has been looking for me.
Yes, that's me. He even looks grand. He looks even grander than I
His
imagined.
mustache he's switching. That badge on your collar.
He has hockey hair. He has wings like...
Well, his mustache has wings too. Grossberg. Ah, so you're a lawyer. Are you now?
Yeah, yes, well, yes.
And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed.
Not busy. How come no one could get in touch with you?
Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it.
Well, sir, actually, it's about Maya. Maya Fey.
Yes, Maya Fey, go on.
Why, the strange reaction.
Cha-cha. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go talking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible.
Oh, okay, this was weird. Wait a second. How'd you know the trial was tomorrow?
Anyways, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion.
What's going on? You refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? How can you just refuse like that? Please, tell me, why won't you take the case?
Well, you see, it's just I'm busy, you see.
The client is Mia Fey's sister. Get that right. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands.
Yes, of course, I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry. Goodbye.
Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere.
Grumble, grumble, grumble. Think not.
Huh? Did you say something?
I think not, I said.
Well, what do you mean?
I'm terribly, terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy.
Why?
I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I have nothing more to discuss with you.
What's going on here?
How about asking more questions? Are you okay with that?
That's quite a painting.
Aha! You've noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I would have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it. Not even to you.
I wasn't interested.
It's not for sale.
I'm not buying. Jeez. How did you know Mia Fey?
We dated. Can you believe it? She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day, quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see.
A mission?
You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion, never looked back, that one.
Okay. Do I present him with anything?
What do you think of broken glass?
You really want me to bring this broken glass to somebody?
Well, I just think it's funny. What do you make of this? That just looks like a handful of glass. You know something.
I mean, there's nothing else to examine in the room.
Look at his painting some more. Look at the weave on that straw hat, Chad. Look how good it looks. September 6, 1947. Detention Center to Visitor's Office.
Hiya.
Oh, you're back! Did you find the lawyer?
Well... What do I tell her? Well, see... Just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones.
What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then.
Oh my goodness. Did you tell me about the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard.
No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for her upcoming trial.
That's the thinker clock that Larry made. Practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. So then, when did you arrive at the office?
It was right around 9 o'clock. The lights were off and I could smell blood. Then I found her, my sister.
Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. What about your family?
I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is.
Don't know. So she could still be alive.
The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood.
That's why it smells so bad.
True. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident.
Oh my goodness.
There was a man, and he ruined our mother's life.
Ruined?
After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain.
I don't know of many spiritual mountains in the States.
not in the States. All over Japan, all over good old Nippon.
So, you live by yourself?
Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I would lose my powers.
I feel bad for her. All by herself up on that mountain. So, who was this man who ruined your mother?
About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate.
Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they?
The police convinced my mother to try to contact the victim.
Wow. So what happened?
The case was solved, we thought.
You thought?
The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with the medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. Fucking media. My mother, became the laughingstock of the nation.
I see.
The laughingstock of the good old USA. White.
Excuse me, White?
That was his name, my sister told me.
White.
Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess.
4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home?
Chad, I know you want to, but...
Want to do this?
Don't do it. We haven't saved in a long time.
Oh, can you just... Oh, you
Yeah, you
can
just save anytime you want. Do it now. We haven't saved this entire investigation. Alright, there we go.
Made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not. Oh, okay, that's not how it works.
That's really aggressive.
Why? Well...
I can't abandon you. Someone else is the culprit. I don't know why.
You aren't the culprit. Someone else is.
How do you know?
I have a hunch. Given the evidence, it would be easy to assume that Maya was the killer. There's something about this whole thing that smells fishy. That witness's strange behavior. Is that an act? And the way that lawyer refused to help out Maya. More than all that, she has no one left to help her. Nothing is more sad or more lonely than that. I know, I've been there. A long, long time ago.
It was Butts! There's little Butts!
No, that was Phoenix.
Oh, I thought it was Butts. He had spiky hair. Well, I guess Phoenix does too.
Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for other people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me.
That's so kind of you. Sniff.
Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here.
Right, thank you.
Ooh, she smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right?
Yes! Of course! And I trust you. So you trust me too, okay?
It's a deal. So what next? Something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer?
Oh, in her drawer.
It was when I tried to look in that drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Do I present her with that?
What's up to you?
Got your cell phone back.
Oh, say. Can I listen to my sister's voice?
Maya's eyes closed, she listened to every word with such intensity. Before long, tears began to roll down her cheeks.
Thank you. So you just did a nice thing. Wasn't really evidence. You just, did a good thing. And then the sad music plays.
I don't know what to do.
Go back. Well, Phoenix mentioned that she was suspicious of the lady at the Gatewater. So that might be a clue. Good afternoon, sir.
Excuse me, you are...
I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment. At your service, sir.
Oh, right.
I've just come up to deliver room service, sir.
Do you know where Miss May might be?
I believe our guest Miss May is currently using the facilities. He's taking a shit. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy.
In her room?
Yeah. Does
Hey, wait. No, hey. Why do you... Does it seem like every time I come up here, I end up embarrassing myself?
It's like my life.
Wait, now's my chance to snoop a bit.
I almost forgot.
Gah, you came back quick.
Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Court phoned.
Oh, right, sure. Mr. White of Blue Corps? Where have I heard that name?
Maya.
Yeah.
White.
That's his name. My sister told me. White was the name of the guy who ruined me and Maya's mother. Could it be coincidence?
Go in her drawers!
Screwdriver sticking out of the half-open drawer. That's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap. What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this?
Do I even want to know?
That's how he knew about the inside of the statue, because the wiretap and the phone from the conversation with her sister.
Yep.
Definitely something suspicious about this Miss May.
April May? I mean, come on.
Clearly a fake name. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room?
It's a stupid name, or my name isn't Phoenix Wright.
There's a story behind all this, I know it. Alright. Be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get this woman to this woman's bottom. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean.
I thought for a second you just screwed up and said the wrong thing, then I looked at text like, oh, that's actually what it was. Oh, Bellboy's still there?
Uh-oh, time to scram. Look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court.
In court, I need to make sure you know that it's court that I'm talking about. To be continued.
So there's like an investigation phase,
and then there's a trial.
Oh, okay.
And then sometimes there's multiple, like, there'll be like an investigation, then a trial, then like a second day of investigation, then a trial again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they get longer as it goes. September 7th, 10. District Court, Courtroom number 1. You're 10. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. I gotta work on my Miles Edgeworth voice.
Defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or you'll be on me in an instant.
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe.
Okay, that look on his face, he looks dopey. He doesn't look confident.
Yeah, I was like, when you say you look confident, I'm like, what? Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir. My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain.
Oh.
The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon even in a girl's hand, sir. Don't remember saying sir this much, jeez. The court accepts the statue as evidence.
They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans and court record.
Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Here we go.
Oh.
As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why, we had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh.
Whoosh. Smack!
I just threw something at me. My sister couldn't find any contradictions in the witness's testimony. She would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. Works lots of times. Should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try.
Okay, so to explain what this is that you have the option to press, like it just said, and you can do it on every statement, and sometimes it will add new statements to their testimony.
And then
you can find contradictions. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't remember I don't think there's any penalty to pressing just everything, just to see, as far as I remember. But that's how if there's no active contradiction, that's what they recommend you do.
Oh, okay.
Something the matter?
No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. I don't think I need to press him on that, do I?
It's your call.
Let's test her out. Who did you say you got a call from?
Hey pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene.
Okay. I pressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right, please continue.
There were 2 people there already.
How long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime?
That's actually a good piece of information if you have something. Right. I'd say it was about 3 minutes.
That's pretty fast.
Our motto this month is quick response.
This month?
This month! That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So, tell us who the 2 people you found in the scene were. Yes, sir.
I'm going to press him. Are you absolutely sure it was us?
Listen, pal. Your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you 2 stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene.
Well, does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. Describing it. Oh, press that. Hold on, just for 1 second.
Ooh, the music went down, which I think usually means something good happened. Yeah?
If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence. She did it. Correct?
Huh? Did I say that? Me?
I heard you say it.
You did say it. You said it.
Exactly what about the suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence?
What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective?
Guess pressing can have its advantages.
Yes!
Ah.
Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There's something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. And this adds stuff to the testimony, like I said. So,
Hard evidence. Okay.
after securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was clearly written in blood. Lab test results showed the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found in the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. I feel like we should have known that before the case started, like the court started. It
Yeah.
seems like pretty important evidence. How'd you like that? That's my hard evidence.
Okay.
Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why did you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? Well, yes, I know. I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Now you got a new testimony.
I'm working off. Okay, this was. Okay. I don't know what part to press now. Can we go back further? Okay. So securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I mean, I'm not going to press him on that. What kind of stuff is there to present?
Wiretap, the note, which he's mentioning. There's the floor plan over there, too. I think that's what's on the far right.
Yeah.
Time of death.
Ooh! I did something wrong, didn't I? Detective Gumshoe.
We'll see.
There's only one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Maya Fey, wrote this note.
You didn't do anything wrong because it almost usually immediately starts with the judge scolding you if you do something wrong.
Oh, okay.
And since the music just cut out like that, that's usually an idea that you did something right.
Oh, okay. Wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying.
What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it?
Of
course she wrote it. Who else could have done it? Shake your head.
You have it backwards, Detective.
But backwards?
Victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to blow from a blunt object. She died immediately.
But...
Oh my goodness.
Is that your mom?
Yes. Busy! Yeah, you can leave it there. I'm busy. What? Okay, forget. Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
We're busy. Okay.
She's bringing you food, Chad. You don't have to be rude.
Well, she's not allowed on the channel, that's all.
Wow. Harsh.
Bye.
Yeah.
Well, this might be a good opportunity for me to grab some water.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so... I mean, you can start saying Phoenix's lines until I get back.
Oh yeah, okay.
But they'll just be an awkward pause with them shoes.
Okay. Oh, I have messages on my phone. I'll also keep up to date on that.
Your glasses. Which drawer?
The one above the sink to the left.
Alright, this is just stream content, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh... Oh, I had a missed call from my mother.
See, she was gonna warn you. I like to imagine that with this pause, that Phoenix is just standing there like this for a really long time. And there's just deafening silence. Is he gonna say something, or?
Yeah. When you get your headphones back on. No butting your way out of this one, detective.
Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report?
When?
When did you?
Day after the murder.
Yeah, it was, because we talked to Gumshoe.
The day after the murder.
The prosecution's point being? That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor.
It was yesterday! What?
A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning.
Okay, this guy is like...
The coolest.
No, obviously so crooked.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. But he's also the coolest.
No way.
Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. What an awesome bow.
Damn you, Edgeworth.
You're so cool.
Should have known you'd have something up your sleeve.
Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham, Edgeworth. The detective's a sham. I'm a sham. I think I remember the right answer to this, but...
Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't go to do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report?
Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts this evidence. So now you have the updated report.
Okay.
But Edgeworth should have fucking told you.
Yeah.
It's actually completely crooked that he didn't. Well, Your Honor.
Or it might be crooked that it's, like, doctored. It's not...
Yeah, I don't remember if he does it or not, and even if I did, I probably wouldn't say. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes.
The stupid bow.
I love the bow.
Darn, this isn't good.
The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Innocent? I don't know about that. Let the witness, Miss April May... He like turns to the bailiff. Is that the right name? Is that really the right name? Are you sure? Take the stand.
Well, exactly what part of her is innocent? Oh,
that's
goodness.
exactly what I said. And you get theme music. Witness, your name, please. April May, at your service.
Oh my goodness.
There's jiggle physics in this game. Ahead of its time. Order. Introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd.
Sorry, Judge.
The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom.
I wonder why. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th, 1977, when the murder occurred? Gee, I was, like, in my hotel room, tee. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from Fay and Company law offices. That's right, big boy.
Oh my goodness.
Please testify to the court about what you saw. Testimony time. Witness account.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked at the window, you know. And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. See? Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy wink. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. Is it? I don't see a need to trouble the witness any...
Wait, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm. Didn't you? I love it. I understand you were Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Cowardly.
Hey, how dare you?
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
Yes.
Oh.
Only because I have a feeling Mr. Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weaknesses.
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
Okay. Phone, glass shards.
I don't know if there's anything there yet.
Okay. No, I just want it in my head what I have as evidence. Hair being attacked. Attacking her was a mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair.
Wait, mousy? A mouse did this? Mr. Wright, like, can you please...
Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. That girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. That's it. Really jumps out as a contradiction. There's gotta be something in there somewhere. Maybe I better
may press.
Woman with long hair. That was Mia Fey?
Slender, sorta. Well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing.
Your thing?
And the person attacking her.
Okay, that's...
Well, gee. First of all, she had a girl's physique, and secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her?
She's a point.
I think you lose. Oh,
This one stinks. What?
what?
Bet that. You're lying. This seems weird. Did you really see the defendant?
I think you picked that right. Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless. About this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique.
Yeah, because she's dressed weird.
Yeah. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me.
Well, mean.
However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. Testimony's bogus.
But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer man? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl. I promise.
Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn. I almost had her.
Made good headway, though.
Yeah. Okay.
I did see everything. I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock.
Okay,
That kind of statue clock. The thinker, I think. Well, does that accuracy of my report not startle you?
I think you figured it out immediately. Right? What was wrong with that statement?
She identified it as a clock.
Yeah, and she would have no idea that it was a clock.
I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please, begin the cross-examination.
Okay. Oh. Keep wanting to press, like, right on the directional pad instead of A. Okay.
Yeah, present the statue. Oh. Why?
Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Oh my goodness.
Naughty Mr. Lawyer Man.
You just said that the statue of the thinker was a clock. There's no way of knowing just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder.
His name was Mr. Sod. Was that his real name? That sounds stupid.
I know it does sound stupid.
Order.
Miss May, can you explain how you know that this was a clock?
Ooh, The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. I'm sorry. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
Questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once.
Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness.
Oof. That was close.
Oof. That's an oof.
If he'd stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's because I heard it. Yeah, I heard it say the time.
So you've been to the law office of Fay and Company?
No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? Your peaks don't mean to me. I heard it from my hotel room.
Okay. Really? The law offices of Fay and Company, where the murder took place, is very close to the... Yeah, but to hear that from across the bill in downtown, she could have easily had the clock. Heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
No! Thanks. No,
Your Honor. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because...
You couldn't have heard it. Or wait, is this a trick question? Like, we know logically there's no way a person could hear that in the hotel across the street.
I don't know which one to pick. This is...
Well, if you need info, the court record's there too. There's no way she could have heard it, like, logically speaking.
Oh! It couldn't have rung because...
The clockwork got taken out,
Yes.
right? But logically, there's no fucking way she would be able to hear a clock.
Yes.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang.
It's empty?
It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork.
How could you possibly...
Just take a look, right now.
Oh!
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
It's as the defense says.
This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this?
It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar.
Fat?
Well, Miss May?
Tisk tisk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright.
He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew.
I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed?
I got it
Yeah,
covered.
the phone call.
Yeah.
If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? The burden of proof is entirely on the defense? Impossible, of course.
I have proof.
Fuck yeah, you do.
What?
Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof. Proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork
That
was
fucking
removed.
phone. Take that!
Take a look at this.
A girly cell phone. Oh, that's a very cute cell phone. Ooh, you have a girly phone. Oh my god, I forgot they said these things.
Wait. This isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording.
I swear it's not my phone.
A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order! Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Oh, look at him. Jeez.
Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it.
Grumble. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon.
Gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation.
Beep. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. September 5th, 1977.
Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at our hotel.
My Sharona.
Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that the weapon was a clock?
Well, it's obvious. I saw the clock before. What store was that again? Oh, well, we know that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I go to so many. Oops, jiggle, I forgot. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Except you were here for that court case, and you know. Does the defense have an objection? Yeah, you have a fucking objection. Larry Butts made that.
Witness claims that she'd seen it before. This just directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Whip it out. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before.
It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only two exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible, everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse.
Damn! Oh, snap!
Record, Tyler.
Yeah. Oh, shit!
Oh, excuse is not on sale today?
Oh, damn! And for the twofer! Ooh! Ooh!
What the?
What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Goodness.
Everyone turns into a psychopath.
Yeah.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Silly me. Did I lose it? I guess I did. Look at my titties.
Scary.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how do you know the weapon was a clock?
Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior?
Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because...
You had heard about it?
Witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock.
Is that the wiretap?
Yeah,
Yeah. She heard?
that is correct, Your Honor. There's no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Oh, this is...
Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. Wiretap.
Take that!
Have a look at this. Found this in Miss May's room.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fey's phone. Were you not?
Ooh!
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim the witness was tapping her phone?
Absolutely.
I'm assuming Phoenix said that while yawning. That is so boring to me. Even if that was the case, which it is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Yeah.
Yeah. Can you prove that?
I mean, yeah. Oh,
I like this.
the anime battle?
Yeah.
It's like they're gonna start shooting Kamehamehas at each other?
Yeah. Simple.
What?!
Here's my proof. Proof that the victim said was on the phone.
Did they say that was a clock on there? We can check to make sure. I mean, they talked about clockwork. It says it's yeah, I guess that's it. Unless there's some... I'm always careful that they're not tricking me somehow, I guess.
Oh, I mean,
It has to be the phone, yeah.
Set the defendant's cell phone.
Yes, we've seen that.
Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim.
Beep. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue of the thinker, and it tells you the time. Wow, they went really specific. Good thing we had this recorded.
Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Your Honor, this is ridiculous.
Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? Defense demands an answer.
La la la. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Did you tap that ass? Miss May! Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer.
It's no fair. All of you gang up on me like that. Oh, I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it?
Oh my goodness. That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now, to deal the final blow.
Why the wiretap?
Why did you tap your phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping or irrelevant?
Ah, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant.
Well, this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice. He has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone?
Ah, I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Loy, I saw that evil Gwyn. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn, she's good.
Well, Jiggle, you're not the first man who's thought of that, and of course I can and will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 o'clock at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee but cold? If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee?
Iced coffee?
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy, wink. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. Call the bellboy to the stand.
So,
Where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder.
no, they were going to let her just walk away. No way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow.
Well, does the defense have anything to say?
Think of something.
Do you call the bellboy as a witness? I forgot that happened.
I mean, that's logically what...
Yeah, I mean, you have to confirm her story.
Yeah. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a
The
witness.
ball boy.
Oh!
She probably has a ball boy.
There's something suspicious here. I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sunken quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. He's
What?
a bellman.
What's your reason?
Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness.
Condition?
If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellman, then you recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey.
What?
That is my condition.
What?
He said the exact same thing you did.
Better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. Which, that's not how this works.
Don't give up. Accept the
Yeah.
condition. You can do it. You're Ace Attorney.
Alright, I've got nothing to lose except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition.
Fool. You fell right into my trap.
Uh-oh.
Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. And, oh my god. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. The bellboy.
That's too funny.
This game's really funny. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 o'clock in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Right, I'm ready. I hope.
Did you see anything?
This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, I will be finished. Hold on.
We can press, too. Don't forget that.
The head bellboy
At Gatewater Hotel.
You sure it was Miss May on the phone?
Absolutely, sir.
How can you be so certain?
I checked Miss May I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and The point being, I remember her quite well, sir.
Jeez.
Everyone's super horny.
Yes.
Yes, what then?
9 on the dot. I feel like this is the... You say.
Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir.
9. Time of the murder.
This one's a little more tricky. You can save too if you fuck up. Like, you save right now.
Yeah, I might... What's the freaking glass shard?
I don't know. I don't think it's anything involved with the office, though, because this is something that happened there. Unless this is the... Yes, it. Press everything you haven't pressed so far and just hope that you find something.
Yeah. Precisely 9, then.
Precisely. Exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m.
You can be so sure.
Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee. I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9 o'clock, sir.
Why would she be so particular about the time? You're sure it was Miss April May herself?
Absolutely, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine.
How come you're so very certain?
Well, when I brought the room service, sir, she, the guest, sir, favored me with an embarrasser, sir.
Embarrasser? Is that French for embrace?
Embrasser. It's
French.
French for kiss, sir, but not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek.
Why would she have done that?
I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir.
Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. Nothing here. Is that it?
Tisk tisk. Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand.
I can't let this happen, can I? Okay. Wait. Please, wait.
Yes? Does the defense have something to add?
One last question. Let me ask one last question.
Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough.
Oh, I can't stand this guy.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question. That's all. Okay, this is probably going to be like pick it or lose.
This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about?
Ooh. The only one that makes sense is room service, right?
Yes.
Because check-in wouldn't matter and bed making doesn't matter. Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Tell me again about room service. Again, sir?
Exactly 9 o'clock, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee, $18 with charges, I recall.
I see. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive?
Yes, well, iced coffee for two. Oh! We forgot they had the 2 champagne flutes in the room too. You know, and we don't skip anything. It's funny that I've played this game before, probably multiple times, and I still get like, oh shit! We don't skimp on the ice, sir.
What did he say? What did you say?
Rather quiet.
Oh boy, tell us the truth now. Is someone else staying in Miss May's room?
Yeah, like a dozen guys stay in her room, sir. I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see.
Why did you not mention this in your testimony?
Well, sir, you see, you didn't ask.
Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention.
Mr. Wright, are you very tired? You've been yawning this entire trial.
Yeah.
Yes, quite, indeed. It was the good barrister there, Miss Edgeworth, who...
Oh! Wait, what?
I think he's saying he told him to keep quiet about the guest.
Yeah.
He asked me not to mention if it was specifically asked, sir. Oof! You fool!
Done it. I've won. What? Is that the end of the case?
No,
Oh,
it's not. This is just the first trial for the case.
Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man.
Surprising no one.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that a man in the room.
That's right, sir.
Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth?
And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person?
Simple. It was... the man with Miss
Bellboy.
The man who checked in with Miss May.
Oof.
Your Honor, as previously revealed, as Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet, Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder.
My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late.
Too late? Suppose you'd like it if it was too... You'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court.
Oof. Upstart amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned.
Okay.
September 7th, 2:24 p.m. I did it right this time. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1. Mr. Wright! You were amazing in there!
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know?
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Maya.
No, he's scum.
Nah, he's cool, man.
He's scum.
He's cool.
Huh?
That face of his with his eyes wide and trembling lips.
Okay.
It sent shivers down my spine.
So it's not only the guys who are horny in that courtroom, I guess.
Huh, if you say so.
So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May, he's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis.
Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise.
I'm counting on you.
As for a full record of April May's testimony, thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. Now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record.
Alright, new evidence. Dodged right, so that's probably going to be important.
I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free.
To be continued. Save your game.
September 7th, 3:11 p.m. Yeah, 311. They're a great band. Detention center, visitors.
We only have 49 minutes.
Well, hello. I didn't expect anyone to visit me in such a dank place as this. It's really quite moving. Not, you stinking lawyer. I hope you die. Have you come to laugh? Yes, laugh at the fall of Miss May.
No, not really. There's something I want to ask.
Unfortunately, there's nothing I want to be asked. Haven't you done enough questioning, you spiky head?
Here we go again. Please, you're scaring the security guard.
Oh yeah, he looks really fucking terrified. So, what is it you wish to ask of me then?
For starters, how did you get to be totally whacked?
Dun, 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 dun. You see that security guard a lot in these games.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's like, and we never learn anything about him. Like, what's his name? What's his home life like?
But the man who stayed with you in your hotel room. Can you tell me about him? Where is he? Come on.
No way, Jose. No way, Joes.
Maybe if I had something to get her talk. Why'd you place a wiretap on Maya's phone?
Mia's phone. Oh, when you say it like that, it sounds so cold, so criminal.
Tapping people's phones is a crime, Miss May.
Oh, and I suppose you learned that in lawyer school? Creep.
This woman is impossible to talk to.
Your attitude.
So, I have a funny story I have to interject with here.
Alright.
I was listening to a podcast. It's like a hockey podcast.
Okay.
And they're talking about this guy. His name's Lou Lamoriello. He's a general manager for a hockey team.
Okay.
But like everyone like kind of like thinks of him as a mob boss because he's like quite like intimidating and like he negotiates like really tough when he's like trying to re-sign players and stuff like that. And apparently there's a story when he became the general manager of Toronto's team. He asked someone who works for the team, like, I need you to make sure that like these phones all have like anti-wiretap technology in them.
Really?
The person was like, this clearly doesn't exist, but didn't tell him. So all he did was change the cord to a different color cord.
Yeah, there would be no anti-wiretap technology. That's ridiculous.
But it's so funny that it's just like that kind of adds to the legend of like this guy being like a mobster.
Oh yeah.
So this makes me think of that story.
Oh yeah, totally.
Say, why are you so angry? I mean, you don't look like a bad person.
Ooh, that does it. Bottom-feeding, scum-sucking lawyer.
Bottom? Can't tell. Does she have a thing against lawyers? Or just against me?
Yeah. I think, if I remember correctly, you have to find some, like, evidence to show her where she'll talk. I remember this being specifically the only part I can remember in Phoenix Wright, where you can actually fuck yourself over of getting additional evidence.
Getting additional?
Yeah, it's the only time I can think of. It might happen other times, I don't remember. But, like, if, you show her evidence, but there's still, like, options you can pick. And if you fuck up the options, she won't give you info. You can still do the case, but it just becomes harder, from what I remember.
What's this? Old photos? There are two lying here. Something's been written on the pencil.
Oh, the painting's gone.
Yeah. DL6 Incident Exhibit A, DL6 Incident Exhibit B. Let's take a look at these. Sure, I've seen this person somewhere. Perhaps I'll borrow this photo. Sure, no one will just miss just one little photo.
Pretty sure people will notice.
It might be a valuable clue. I'll take it for now. Bet it's their mother.
Maybe.
Solid no, I want the
rich mahogany.
Oh, that's probably white.
Yeah.
Photo lies in.
We already know he did it too. Maybe. Oh yeah, you have to pick which picture you want. You can't take both for some reason, even though you're clearly stealing.
I'm taking that guy then.
Right.
Wait a second. Isn't there a giant painting hanging on the wall? Yeah. It's a painting of
sunflowers. Or it was sunflowers, wasn't it? Or it wasn't Marvin Grossberg.
Well, there was like a big.
There was a guy in a straw hat. That's the only thing I remember. So maybe it's fisherman. I don't remember.
Wasn't it? It wasn't a very memorable painting, anyhow. Okay, I don't think there's anything else here.
Gatewater Hotel. September 7th, Gatewater Hotel, room 303. Ah, welcome, sir. Quite the performance today, if I dare say so myself.
Oh, thanks. Sorry for putting you out on the spot like that.
No, not at all, sir. Your efforts today can only help the Gatewater's rep, as they say.
Huh? Rep?
Yes, our reputation will swell as the hotel where the murderer used a wiretap. We can charge a premium for the room, of course. It will be great for the business.
Whoa. This man hasn't been charged with murder.
I, too, will become famous. The bellboy who brought the murderer iced coffee.
Why do I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream?
So, you are our honored guest. Please let me know if there's anything I can bring you.
Okay. Cinnamon. Simple bed. Nothing eye-catching here. Nice weather again today.
Yes, we plan to install a telescope in that window, of course. Just $5 will earn you 3 minutes of a view to a kill.
Oh my goodness.
Just kidding, sir. Oh ho 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 ho.
That look in his eyes, I'd say he was more than serious.
Yeah. I mean, this kind of shit happens in real life, so.
Bottle and 2 glasses rest on the table. Why hasn't he cleaned these up by now?
I beg your pardon, sir. But if you could please refrain from touching those. It's part of the decor. I call it the last drink before murder.
Oh my god.
We'll be famous. The talk of the hotel industry.
Okay.
They're really leaning into this murder thing.
There's still a screwdriver stuck in that drawer.
Please leave that as it is, sir. That's the Drawer of Terror, hiding place of the murderer's wiretap. It's said to become one of the most popular attractions here.
This guy's serious. I don't believe it. As expected. Flower names maybe except tulips and sunflowers. Still. Okay, I think that's everything.
Can you talk to him?
Oh, Miss May.
Oh, her. Sir, not to boast, but I knew the moment I saw her. She'd do it, I said.
Do what? I'm starting to think the most suspicious person here is this guy. I want to ask you about the man who was with Miss May.
Yes. He struck me as a real lady killer, if you'll pardon the expression.
Oh my goodness.
I knew it from the moment I saw him, so kind of a bad joke. That was my boss. He and I are of the same ilk. We both carry the scent of danger.
There we are in total agreement, Mr. Psycho Bellboy.
If you had a photo of that man, I'm quite sure I could identify him. Oh, we do have a photo of him.
Photo of him. Oh. Wow.
Yeah, you can. There's profiles too, of like everyone you meet. I don't remember if those come in handy in this game. They do in future games where you can use them like to tell people about certain people, like present them as evidence in certain situations.
You tell me about this hotel.
Did you show them the picture?
No, not yet.
All right. Absolutely. On that subject, I have an excellent idea, sir. Currently, this hotel is known as the Gatewater. I propose that we add a subtitle.
A subtitle?
The Gatewater Hotel, Murder Manor. Well, what do you think?
Sounds great. Whatever floats your tea set. Okay, yeah, present.
Have you seen this man?
Take a look at this photo.
That's him, detective.
I'm the lawyer.
Oh, I know that. I just wanted to say detective once. You know how it is.
No, I don't.
I get it. Without a doubt, that is the man who checked in with Miss April May. How about I write an affidavit swearing that that's him?
An affidavit? This guy's way too excited about this. Well, sure, why not?
Yes. I've always wanted to write an affidavit, sir. From henceforth, I will be known as the bellboy who swore the affidavit.
Just hurry up and write it.
If I remember correctly, that's what you present to May. And then there's like a thing where it's like you have to pick the right answer specifically. So if you do that, I would suggest saving before you do it, because we could potentially fuck up, because I don't remember the order of things.
Okay.
You again, can't you take a hit and stay gone?
Hey, the only reason I'm back here is because you won't talk to me.
So it's my fault now? You don't just have spiky hair, you also have a spiky heart.
Does it? When this case is done, I'm shaving my head. Good call there, Phoenix.
He never does it. It's his trademark.
Say that!
Give a look at this. What's that?
What's that?
Oh, Bellboy's affidavit. Tells us everything he saw, such as the man you checked in with, who was most definitely this guy. Now I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah, this is the part where it's like, I think you push her. I think that's what you do.
This is it. All or nothing. Time to do a little bluff. No use playing dumb, if indeed that's an act. If you don't talk, I'm taking this info to the press.
What?
Even though he should have been witness to a murder your little friend was missing. I'm sure the press would have a field day with his reputation.
Ooh, fine. I'll talk. You win, lawyer.
Yes.
So if you pick the good cop route, she's just like, ha, that's cute, fuck off, and you don't get any information out of her. Which is, I think I've done that in every single time I've played this, because I always forget that that's how you play it.
Man, that felt good. It's great to be alive.
Why are you pumping your fists in the air? Yes! Yes!
Now, tell me about the man you were with.
That man, he's my boss. Red White, the president of fucking Blue Corp. America. Gathering conglomerate Blue Corp.
Red, white, for information gathering?
Well, I suppose you could call it a detective agency.
So, this is the man that was with you the night of the murder?
I'm scared to talk. I don't want to end up like her.
It's okay. I'll just ask Mr. White himself. Can you tell me where Blue Corps is located? Mr. Red White at last. Finally, a lead on this guy. If April May couldn't have done it, that leaves him. It's time to take action.
I'm glad I finally saw that. And the affidavit's discarded because it fulfilled its use.
Okay.
If you fuck up, then you get rid of the affidavit and like you don't get another chance. So. I'm glad I remembered the way to do that. What, do you want to go Blue Corp and punch this guy right in the fuck face?
Oh!
Oh shit! September
Is he a
7th,
fisherman?
Blue Corp Inc.
Doesn't look like a fisherman.
I thought it was sunflower, so it looks like an orange field behind him. Phoenix.
It's the surreal decor.
Welcome, please furnish me with the title of your personages.
What the?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because remember this guy we talked before and he was saying all those words we didn't understand? I think that's his thing. I think he says a bunch of complicated words, which is going to be great for me voice acting him. Your name? What's your name? Oh, it's just inquirably... Yeah, he does. Asking the title that you go by.
Right. Phoenix Wright. Inquirably.
So I'm glad they think it's weird too. Mr. Wright, is it? Right, I see. Splendiferous. Perhaps I have intimidated you with my giantesque vocabulary.
What's this guy's problem? Oh, that's why she was into him. Because of his big vocabulary.
Oh, right. That's right, yeah. I'm Red White, CEO of Blue Corp, you know, corporate expansion official. My business dealings bring me into contact with the elite of the elite. So I'm afraid I'm not used to conversing with the worldly challenged.
What a freak.
I feel like that's something you would say to someone, Chad. Like, Phoenix so far has acted exactly how Chad would act in these situations, I think. Let me guess. You are an attorney fresh out of law school, are you not? That's the only explanation for why you would come to meet me like this.
What does he mean by that?
No matter. So, what business does a mighty lawyer have with a man such as myself?
Yipes. This guy's arrogance meter is off the scale. Haven't I seen this somewhere? Is this a replica?
Ridiculosity! I have no interest in anything but originals. That right there is a bona fide original, worth $5 million for sure.
from using this game.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to him. Miss May. Miss May is an employee of Blue Corps, is she not?
Correct, she was my secretariat. What a shock it was to hear what she has done.
What she has done? You mean the wiretap?
Indeed, she is paid to answer phones. Tapping them is not in her job description. She does gather information for us as part of her duties. But I assure you, we do not condone illegal methods. It is ineffable that she would do this.
Sounds like he's trying to turn Miss May into a scapegoat.
Sound like he wanted to F her. And probably did.
On the night of the murder, you were in April May's hotel room.
Who can say I seldom pay attention to mundane details such as time and place. My motto is, don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Little song I wrote.
Still, Mr. White, the hotel bellboy has stated on the record that he does remember you very clearly.
No matter, the bellboy can say what he pleases. I still won't talk to you. If you want me to speak, put me on the witness stand. Although I doubt you'd be capable of doing that.
This is a good question, actually. Why didn't the prosecution call him as a witness?
Because he did it.
You should have seen the same thing as April May.
Oh ho ho. The police, the courts, to me they are mere toys, playthings for my amusement.
Oh my goodness.
They're on the take! They're all on the take, he's paying them off.
Yeah. What kind of company is Blue Corps, anyway?
America. Ah, excellent question. We pay and sell various kinds of information.
Is that statue in the back of him?
What, the Blue Corp thing?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like it has the same hair as him.
Yeah. If this was M-rated, he'd probably give himself a giant dong, too. We buy... Okay, I said that already. We are a company of the future, you might say. We are the future.
Sell information? Ugh.
In just 10 years, I've built this business up into the grand office you see now. Ah, in case you were wondering, Blue Corp was named after the color blue. Oh, no shit. I, Red, White... Oh my god. As founder and CEO, named it so. And why, you ask? Because I like the color blue, of course. I figure you like the color green. Fantabulistic, is it not?
Okay. There's something that's been bothering me.
Yes? What might that be?
That big painting on the wall over there.
I've seen it. Have you seen it before?
When did you get that painting?
No idea. I forgot. I've seen that. Oh, that's you.
I've seen that painting before. Yesterday, in fact. Why do I find that painting here today?
Mr. Wrong, was it?
Oh my goodness. Right.
It appears you do not fully grasp your position here. I ask again, who are you?
A lawyer.
No, my feeble friend, a mere lawyer. Worth nothing. Zilch. Zippo. Nada. Just like that sorry excuse for an attorney, Grody Burger.
What?
Whoa!
What the heck? Huh, he punched me.
Well, Mr. Lawyer, what will you do, eh? Charge me with assault? Charge away, I welcome it, for it is you who will be found guilty.
What?
Heed my exposition. The police, the courts, they all do my bidding, yeah.
So you say. But I wonder, is that kind of control really possible?
It's very possible. I don't expect you to understand. It is a world beyond your compensation. I think you meant to say comprehension, but that could compensation.
Or does he mean compensation, like he doesn't make enough money to...
I guess. I feel like this guy doesn't know the words he's saying. I just have a feeling.
Yeah.
You came here from Grody Burgers, I presume.
Mr. Grossberg's? Yes.
Then you must ask him, why is it this painting hangs on this, on his... Why is it that this painting of his hangs here? Perhaps then he will tell you. Perhaps he will explain how a man can live life purely for personal profit. Go now, skedaddle. There is nothing more to discuss. He punched you, dude. Punched you right in the dick, I'm assuming. Well, no, you'd be on the ground for like 20 minutes if that was the case.
I guess a... Impressive lineup of trophies. Judges, special runner-up, best participant, Judges Cooperation Award, special Good Try Project.
Oh my god!
In other words, judges and special kinds stand out. Probably strong-armed them into giving them something.
Oh my, did you see the desk?
Yes, I did. Guessing this is supposed to be a desk. This is quite the thing.
Oh my god.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
Statue of a man holding up the world. The blue core sign certainly stands out enough. The model for the man is, of course, Mr.
Oh, you're right.
Is there anything? Oh, I can't.
Do you got anything you want to, like, throw in his face? Like glass shards?
No.
Alright.
Oh, I meant to.
Move on then. Dr. Grossi.
Ah, there he is. Huh. Don't think he's noticed me standing here. Maybe I should clear my throat. Ahem!
Jumping Jehoshaphat's! Oh, you.
What's wrong? You look so pensive, like an old man at the end of his days.
I'm not senile yet. I was just thinking about this whole mess.
Something's really bothering him. That much is clear. So, you came to see the trial?
Yes, I did.
Something was bothering me all last...
That was me.
Whoops.
Something was bothering me all last night, you see. Couldn't get a wink of sleep.
Really? What was that?
Well, you see, it's just Mia's sister, the poor girl. My boy, I owe you my thanks, truly. I don't know what I would have done if things had gone poorly for the girl.
I asked before, but why did you refuse her request for defense? I think I have a right to know.
A right, Mr. Wright. No, I'm sorry. It's just, I need more time to think about it, my boy. My boy?
You seem troubled about something. I'm starting to have a feeling I'd know what it is. So, I paid Blue Corps a visit.
Oh, I see.
Mr. Grossberg, I have to admit something has been bothering me.
Oh, what is it? Well, out with it, my boy.
You see, it's just...
The painting? Or the photo?
I don't know, there's a ton of it.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah, maybe you can go through all of them then.
Mr. Grossberg, sir, there's a giant painting hanging right there the other day, was there not? The one you said you had no intention of parting with? Well, I saw it today. It was in the CEO's office at Blue Corps, Red White's office.
So, you noticed. I suppose I should have guessed you would. It is a large painting.
Mr. Grossberg, I know you and Mr. White are connected somehow.
Connected, you say?
Yes, and I know what it is.
He's blackmailing you. Your lovers! Did you see that last one?
No.
Oh, we should have picked that!
Mr. White has something on you, doesn't he? Blackmail. I think that painting is fairly gaudy proof.
Very well, this may be the chance I've been waiting for. Maybe it's time to get this off my chest so I can finally rest easy again. After all, you were Mia's understudy. Perhaps it was fate.
What's he talking about? Red White is a man...
Red White is a man who makes his living through intimidation. Blue Corp is a company that excels in finding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I've been paying them for 15 years now. Ooh.
15 years.
All because of the DL6 incident, as you may have guessed.
Name on the back of those photographs.
As you suspected, I could not stand in defense of Maya because of this. White would have destroyed me if I did.
That's the connection.
It is hard for me to tell you this, my boy. My boy. But arresting Red White will be nigh on impossible.
Impossible? Why?
He has information on everyone. It gives him an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians.
What?
They are bound, unable to do harm to themselves, and therefore to him. Don't look at me like that. What you see is nothing more than the weight of many years. Every time he says my boy, I keep thinking of back to our Zelda CDI playthrough, where the king was like, my boy!
What is the DL6 incident?
DL6 is nothing more than the sorting code the police gave the case. It was 15 years ago now. I received a request from a medium, a spirit medium.
Ooh. A medium?
Her name was Misty Fey.
Faye?
Indeed, she was Mia's mother. She had been investigating a murder at the bequest of the police. And she failed. As a result, the police called her a fraud.
This is what Maya was talking about the other day.
I did all I could for her, and in the end, cleared her of wrongdoing. That murder case, however, remains unsolved to this day. That case is the DL6 incident.
Why were you blackmailed over this, Mr. Grossberg?
The DL6 incident was top secret at the time. It made sense. The police didn't want people to know they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know. But one person found out. I told him.
You told White?
He offered me riches. It is an embarrassment to me now. Aw, dude, come on. Because I talked, the police were mocked far and wide. In secret, they began looking for the one who sold them out. Of course, White heard about it, and he came to me. Only this time, the offer was blackmail.
I see.
White controls the law of this country as he sees fit. Yet if you would still challenge him, have a close look at Mia's office.
His office.
She's followed his every move for years. She may have recorded something of what she found.
Ooh. Okay.
You know what we should have done? Or wait.
What?
No, never mind. Was Red White indicted in the DL6 or whatever incident? Was he part of that? Did we find that out in the plot, or am I misremembering? Or is he just involved with the murder of Mia?
Just involved with the murder.
Because we have that picture of the mom, and I'm just trying to think, where would that go, right? Like, we haven't used it yet. We've only used the picture of him.
We don't have the picture of the mom because
no, but or can we not get it back anymore?
Oh, I don't
I'm
know.
assuming. But it has to have some purpose. I'm just all I'm saying.
Oh, it's funny looking at this room. It seems so normal. Hard to imagine a murder took place here. Mr. Grossberg said there would be clues. Maybe I should have another look.
The plant did it.
Old movie poster. This is the first movie that made me a cringe.
What is it? Oh. Was there a bud?
His desk perfectly clean as always. Only thing missing is... Okay. I want to slide over. Can I do that?
Not here.
Well, in case the chief ever worked there on
You
file.
probably move. Can you move like right into her office from here?
I don't know.
Or maybe this is it.
They're in alphabetical order. Let's take a look. Which file should I look at?
DL. So, in a. Oh, are we looking for Misty Face specifically?
Read it.
Read it. I have tarnished the Fey name, leaving only these words. My mother vanished. I was determined to find the ones who made my mother blame herself in this way. Using the power that runs in my family, I held an audience with the dead. Finally, the names of two men surfaced. One was Marvin Grossberg, a lawyer who sold my mother's information for riches. The other was the man who sold that information to the press. This parasite who makes his fortune on threats and coercion. His name... And it must have been Red, right? So he does know something about the mom, at least.
Hmm. Grossberg. Hmm.
Was there anything else in the other files, or is that it?
That's...
Okay.
Oh, maybe there's, Wait, I get it. Mia thought he was involved in these suicides. White drove them all to... and used these newspaper clippings. Let's find the most disturbing one.
Glad we looked again.
Yeah. Politicians, word white is.
So he was blackmailing people, and they committed suicide as a way out.
Or framed for suicide.
Or framed suicide.
I'll check.
T through Z and just be thorough.
White might be in there.
Oh, white.
The entire W section is missing.
He took it. He must have taken it.
Yeah, was it taken? Okay. Move. Oh, I don't know where to go. I should go back here though.
Get the picture of the mom. See if you can get it again. Oh no, it's gone. Shit.
Okay.
Do we have any?
Found this in Maya's files.
So she was investigating Red White, as I expected. Well, if you wanted to challenge him, you could present this in court.
Not a bad idea. Okay. Nothing back for the Gatewater Hotel.
I feel like there's something we had to get out of Red or something. Like, I feel like there's something. Well, aren't you persistent?
Sorry, but there's something I have to ask you.
Mr. Lawyer, I really hate having to repeat myself, but it seems the message has not yet penetrated your thick skull. Stop bothering me. If you try my patience further, I fear a nasty accident may occur. Do I make myself clear?
Transparent.
Is there any new subject? Anything new you can talk to me about? Oh yeah, a whole lot of new stuff.
I think we're passing the talk about Bay. Gotta put this guy on spot and quick.
What's the matter? You seem distressed.
Okay, so it's no point in asking someone this crooked a straight question. I need some evidence.
Oh, do we have anything? Yes, they're my eyes, and my nose, and my mouth. But of course, I jest. You need not restrain your mirth, my friend. It is okay to indulge in my cosmopolitan sense of humor. I will not think less of you.
Okay. Present
The suicides? Or...
No. I could, maybe.
Just see what happens.
It's the only clue that Mia left me. Or make this one count. Mr. White, see this? It's an article describing the suicide of a politician. He was embezzling secret government funds. Then, one day, word got leaked to the press. The very next day, he took his own life.
And this concerns me how?
I found this article in Mia's office.
Miss Mia!
She had a file filed with an article like this. Every one of them was labeled with a single word, White. Mr. White, I know that what you did to this politician.
You blackmailed him.
You were blackmailing him.
Blackmail?
Not just him either. You were threatening and coercing hundreds of others. You were involved in all the suicide cases that Mia investigated. This company is built on blackmail. I'm right, aren't I?
What a bizarre accusation. Mr. Wrong. What is it that you should be doing now? Investigating me? No, no, no. I think not. You should be searching for the one who killed Miss Mia. Beep. Secretary's office, hello? Mr. Wrong will be leaving now. Yes, sir. I'll send someone right away.
Wait a second. Mr. White?
You're wrong.
You're wrong, Mr. White.
Excuse me?
What I should be doing now is going after you.
Just what are you insinuating?
Mia was on to you. She was keeping tabs. For this reason, you had April May tapping her phone. Then, Mia was murdered, and all the documents about you mysteriously disappeared. So, the culprit would be... Even a child could work it out, Mr. White. You did it.
The Secretary's office, we won't be needing an escort for Mr. Wrong. Instead, please connect me to the Public Prosecutor's office. Of course, sir. One moment, please. White, that you? What are you doing calling me at a time like this? Hello, Chief Prosecutor? I've changed my mind. I want to testify tomorrow. What's this about? The Mia Fey case. I witnessed the murder, you see. Oh, shit. And thus, as a very important witness, I would like to testify. What? Why now? I thought you said you didn't want to go to the court. Quietude! That's not a word. That's not a word. I told you I changed my mind, didn't I? Oh, and one other thing.
This guy would be really good at Scrabble.
Probably. Well, all those words would be bullshit.
Yeah.
Send the police over here right away. The man is standing right in front of me. He looks dazed, but could be violent. What? What man? Are you even listening? The executioner, the hatchet man, the liquidator, the killer man.
What?
Mr. White, this is another one of those... Chief Prosecutor, I do not believe you are in a position to freely offer your opinions to me, correct? I am telling you to send the police now. Beep. Did I not tell you, Mr. Wrong? You were a mere lawyer. As was Miss Mia. How
dare you?
I'll point the finger at you, and you will be tried as Miss Mia's killer.
This case is as good as settled. No lawyer of any worth will defend you.
I can defend myself.
That's true. I have friends in the local lawyers association, you see. You'll be given a lawyer so stupendously inept that they make even you look competent.
I feel faint.
Detective Gumshoe reporting, sir. Ah, butts! Hairy butts!
Oh my goodness. Right, actually. Phoenix Wright. My friend's name is Larry.
Oh, right. Sorry, pal. Butts with that murderer, right? Detective Gumshoe. I present to you the man who killed Miss Mia Fey. What? Take this despicable human being into custody. Farewell, Mr. Wrong. September 8th, 3:37 p.m. Detention Center, visitors room.
Can't believe it's only been a day since the first trial. My trial begins tomorrow. White's going to set a trap for me. And the prosecution will be in on it, of course, Edgeworth included. An attorney was assigned to me by the state yesterday. I refused. I had an idea.
Represent myself. Wright! Mr. Wright!
Oh, Maya. Great, they let you out of detention.
Just now, yes, it's all thanks to you.
Huh. Now I'm afraid we've switched places.
What? You mean you...
I explained what happened to Maya.
I don't believe it. How many people does that man need to destroy before he's satisfied? My mother, my sister, and now you. This has gone too far. Mr. Wright, please tell me, is there anything I can do?
Well...
Cheer me on in court. I guess? I don't know.
Yeah.
The only thing she can logically do.
Cheer for me in court.
Cheer for you? You mean like a cheerleader?
Yeah, like that.
Alright, leave it to me.
Huh?
I better go get a uniform and some pom-poms.
Wait.
What?
I'm kidding. It was a joke.
No way!
No, really, I was kidding. But thanks, it's good to know you're on my side. Really isn't anything you can do for me anyway.
But I guess you can't sit here and do nothing. I've got to give that man a piece of my mind.
Just a piece? Okay. Then come to the trial tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I'll be there. I'll show them a thing or two.
Times may change, yet with crime, it's the same old story. In fact, it's gotten worse. Lengthy court proceedings are no longer realistic. Beginning a few years ago, a limit of 3 days was put on initial court trials.
Jeez.
Almost all finish in a day, most with a guilty verdict. Never thought I would end up in the defendant's chair myself for this case. With the true culprit appearing as a star witness. This is it. Tomorrow it's me or him.
The final battle. Well, final battle of this case. Save that game. We made proggies. Hard proggies. Whew. September 9th, 1952. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Well, I guess this is it.
Yeah. One way or another, this case gets decided today.
Phoenix, look!
Prosecutor Edgeworth.
I received a call from the Chief Prosecutor's office yesterday.
Question mark?
I was told that whatever Mr. White says today, it will be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony. If I raise an objection, I will have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me.
What? Does Wade have the judge in his pocket too? So, you're saying I'm going to be guilty, end of story?
I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. Why? Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. So I make that my policy.
Edgeworth, you've changed.
Huh? Phoenix, you know him? Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix.
Oh. Well, court will be starting soon.
What? But wait! Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. They're not...
I'll be defending myself.
What?
Okay, let's do this.
Of course you're going to defend
Yeah,
yourself.
I mean, it seems quite logical.
Yeah, and you save money. You get someone slightly more competent. Slightly.
Why is she there with him?
Oh, she's like your sidekick.
Oh.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll be defending myself.
Understood. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime. I see. The prosecution may call its witness.
That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in trial against Miss Maya Faye?
I am ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time, I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanor.
Great. He gets to show off and I get nowhere.
I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. Please state your full name. You wish to know the title of my personage?
Ugh.
Ooh. How is he not robbed every day? Your name. Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse you?
Ugh.
Name! Even he's getting fed up.
These two are graying together.
My name is Red White. My friends call me Blanco Nino. Get good pass there, Blancho El Nino. I am the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Corp. Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Fey? That would be a negatory. No, I did not. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder. Correct. And you witnessed the murder from there. Ahem. Why tell you what you already know? Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your testimony.
Can't rip this guy's testimony apart. I'm done for.
Here we go. We need to get revenge for our boss.
Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing?
Ho 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 ho.
It's like when she used to like jiggle her boobs.
Yeah. Everyone has to tell like that, I think, in this game. I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Whoa, don't bring religion to the courtroom, guy. Let him have it, Phoenix. Let's see, it was about 9 o'clock, I believe. I was quietly reading to the common people, some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Oh, fuck you, dude. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then that I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Fuck you. Then it was all over. Say impact. If things occurred as you testify, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant. Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
It's gotta be official, guys. Say yes, Your Honor, and sir. We gotta say all of it. Alright. Did you notice anything in there that was sus?
Yeah.
Oh, what did you see?
I don't know if that's gonna be right or not, but
I think that was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong.
uh,
How exactly are the evidence in the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts before making accusations.
that 1 million points with the judge. What was wrong with it?
It was wrong.
Oh. Alright, better find a weakness in there. 9. Directly across.
Correct. That is the only window you see.
You were reading papers?
Correct. The Gatewater is a businessman's hotel. I'm a busy man who had business to do. What is a bedlam?
What do I have to present?
Let's look over the evidence.
Okay. Feel it being hit. Conversation.
Broken glass still. Look, the map of the room hasn't come into play yet, right?
Oh.
Let's go over it again. Let's go over the whole thing again, just to... It was about 9 p.m. Okay, that doesn't seem anything wrong with that. I was quietly crucifying.
I already pressed this.
Yeah, and we didn't get anything. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside.
Press there. Bedlam.
Oh. It must have been when you attacked, I assume. We see. Continue. The building across the way. It was then that I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair.
I mean, we know it's a lie, so I have to press.
Spiky hair? There was nothing there.
Okay.
Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over once. She was too surprised. She too was, of course, surprised.
Being at the time.
She had just finished watching a soap opera on the TV and was weeping openly.
Did you know she had been tapping the Faye office phone?
Irrelevant. That has nothing to do with the case at hand. I care not. I will answer the lawyer's bold inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone of this Faye woman.
You'd make a good politician, Mr. White.
Ho ho ho, I know. After all, I am El Presidente. Please continue.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's there. Something
Yeah,
like that.
I have to press that, and yeah. Now we're gonna find the trip up.
Yeah.
I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened.
Of course. Comprende? I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. In the thing it said right, didn't
Yeah.
it? You gave chase. Are you sure? As you know, I am always abso-positively perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. Okay, I think you got him. The victim ran to the left. Call him out on it. Call him out on his bullshit.
Wait, right there. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave.
What is this?
You said the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. It is simple. You have misheard her.
I think not. Look at the floor plans. Killer was here, and the victim here. If the victim ran to the left as you claim she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd?
Very strange. I did see her run to the left. I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one.
True. Yeah, she ran to the left because it's from his perspective. Maybe he really did see the victim run to the left. So he did witness the killing. Wait a second.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss May says right and Miss White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? Both are right?
Both are right.
Oh, because he was in the room, so...
Both witnesses are telling the truth.
He didn't flip it.
Yeah, for once.
Ha! I doubt it. Or rather, that does not clear up the contradiction.
There's one scenario that would explain the conflicting accounts.
What?
Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel.
Oh, shit! Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Sorry. Mr. Edgeworth! You do that after trial. Yes, what do you mean he was not viewing the crime from the hotel? If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been?
In the law offices of Fay and Company, of course. More specifically, he was standing here.
And you gotta point out where he was.
Time to show the court where... Oh.
Right where the killer was.
This is where he was. Look. When the victim ran for the door, if he was watching from his point of view to him, it would appear that she ran to the left.
Please, this is no time for jokes and ill taste. That is where the killer was standing! I feel like when it goes big like that, we gotta get louder.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like an anime battle. Order, I have order! Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion! The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. Ho ho ho. You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer.
What now? He's laughing.
The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this, I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well, let's hear your revised testimony.
Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy.
She ran to the left. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? Is there something in the autopsy that said it was one hit?
Yeah.
I think. That does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness testimony?
You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor.
Alright.
Okay, what do I have here? Died from a blow by a blunt object, may have lived for a few minutes after being hit. Broken remains of glass.
That has to come into play somehow with like how they were moving in the room, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Because it got knocked over.
Assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, then you hit her savagely, that is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right, you chased her and delivered the final blow. Didn't hit anyone.
Now, Mr. Wright, there's no point in hiding things from the court.
Not hiding anything.
The prosecution requests that the defense refrain from interrupting the testimony. Mr. Wright, you have been warned.
Why is he mad at me?
Just doing my job, man. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right.
What do you mean next?
Next is what comes after first.
I know that.
Then that is all you need to know, Mr. Lawyer. As I said, she turned and made a desperate dash to the right.
So were you watching both times?
I suppose I was. And please, excuse me for not testifying to this sooner.
What do you think, Phoenix? I think we've...
Oh, that's you.
I think we've got him right where we want him. He slipped. Let him laugh for now. I'll soon wipe that smile off
I
his
think
face.
the autopsy would mention if it was 2 hits, right? I actually don't remember. I forget a lot about this game, so it's really your adventure.
Then you hit our savages. Okay. Objection. Mr. White, victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told the court that you were abso-positively perfect?
I will refrain from using this phrase from now on.
Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony.
The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Yes, quite.
The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honor.
Yeah, we want justice. Don't let him get away.
Very well.
Very well.
Oh,
If the witness will care to revise his testimony.
crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this now, White.
Mr. White? Okay. New testimony? Yeah, new testimony. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall.
What?
The lamp. Then the moment I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran to for the door. Then you did her in with a single blow. Flop.
Okay.
Yeah, the first thing is like crazy suspicious. Thwop indeed. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. Mr. Your Honor, my stomach, you see, it's hurting. Does anyone have tongs?
Deal with it. This is almost over.
Deal with it. Alright.
Okay. Okay, that I need to press on that because I don't. You heard that thing fall? What exactly was that thing?
Huh? Oh, the glass light stand.
Right. One that had fallen over at the scene.
Phoenix! Doesn't something about that strike you as odd?
Yeah, very odd. Yeah, that is odd. I'll press further. Mr. White,
Huh? What?
you're saying you saw the glass light stand?
Yes.
Then change your testimony to reflect that.
Sorry, my bad. The witness will revise his testimony. Okay, of course.
Light stand was lying on the floor when I looked.
He wouldn't be able to see it, would he?
That's what I'm thinking. Mr. White, it's impossible for you to have seen the glass stand.
What?
Look at this. These are floor plan. Oh,
These are floor plans to the scene of the murder, yes?
correct, Your Honor. Now, look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you would be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within visible area. Well, Mr. White, what do you have to say to that?
Ridiculosity!
Mr. White, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So, when did you see the stand, Mr. White?
When you were there!
It must have been the moment that it fell. And the only place you could have seen that from is from inside the Fay Law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
Gah!
Slam his head on the podium.
Is he crying? Mr. White? Mr. White?
He's gonna have his big outburst. Mr. White! You did it, didn't you?
Mr. Your Honor, I miss Mia.
Looks like we're about to get our verdict.
That's far enough, Phoenix Wright.
What? Ugh, forgot about Edgeworth.
Mr. White, I think the time has come. Should you confess your crime now? What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap.
The wiretap?
Oh shit. Things got real. Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain.
I really don't like the way this is headed.
As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corp. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law office of Miss Fay. What does that have to do?
I really wish we had a camera on this, actually, because your hand movements while you're doing this.
Well, that's how I get in character. Your Honor.
I'm laughing at your hand now.
So I'm gonna keep doing it the entire game.
I know.
Like, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office, and by who?
No, you wouldn't.
Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. And am I correct? Correct. You are most correct, Miles.
Give me a break.
Oh, this is such bullshit. Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fay & Company law offices. That is when I saw that accursed light stand. This is such bullshit.
Yeah.
Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what all this means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand. At the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. Wright would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer. I see. However, it is a fact that Mr. White had been to that office well before the murder took place. When he went to place the wiretap, he could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for the baseless conjecture it is.
Ugh.
Mr. White, you'll testify to the court about this wiretapping. Ahem. Leave it to me.
I feel faint.
They turned this around on us. The wiretapping. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Fay & Co. law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That was when I saw this glass light stand. That was it? So, you saw the light stand before the night of the incident, and this is how you were able to identify what had fallen over. By that sound? Correct! That is right. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine. God, what am I supposed... Oh, that's you.
God, what am I supposed to do now?
Good luck, Phoenix. I'm hoping by the end of this we'll have a lockdown on who's saying which line.
Yes. Okay, hold on. I need to go through my evidence. No. No, that one.
Hey, can you look at the transcript for the phone again? Next page. Next page. I thought I remember them mentioning something about a month in here. Unless I missed it.
I just want to know what I have, so... Beginning... Is it really you that went into the office, or is it Miss May?
Unidentified fingerprints several days old were found in the Fay & Co. law offices. Those are obviously Mr. White's.
And if I know Edgeworth, he's already run a check on those prints.
Now, Mr. White, tell us why you went to the Fay & Co. law offices.
Why did you tap Mia's phone?
This has no bearing on the current case, Your Honor. Blue Corp is a detective agency of sorts. We have a responsibility to protect client confidentiality.
Why did you notice something as innocuous as a light stand?
The light stand was made entirely out of glass. It was quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression on me. Such a beautacious thing deserves attention, does it not? That is all. Did you press him on that?
No. Do you have proof?
Miss April May knew the details of Miss Faye's phone conversation. This proves that the wiretap was placed before the murder.
Right. Okay, I've pressed them on everything. Uh-oh. Don't tell me I've run out of ammo.
I think this is a scripted thing. He's gotta press them on everything. I'm afraid that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. The time has come for you to admit your defeat. You fought honorably. Curtains.
No more. I can't take this anymore.
Mr. Wright, are you giving up?
Yes, Your Honor. What?
Phoenix! Phoenix, over here!
Oh, that voice?
Remember that prediction you made earlier?
Mia?
Never give up, Phoenix!
Mia? Where am I? The waiting lobby. What happened? Oh, right. I lost the trial. I was hallucinating.
Ah, you're finally awake.
Yeah!
Hey, Phoenix! Gak? That's no way to greet an old friend. Phoenix, I want you to look at me. You're... Oh, it's you.
You're Maya?
Didn't you know the Fae women have strong psychic powers? When you accepted your defeat in court, it appears that that was enough of a shock to awaken Maya's true powers.
So, Maya's channeling you? Mia?
That's right. I am Maya, but I'm also Mia. Now, I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. Maya never gave up, and you can't either. That's why I came here to tell you.
But...
We don't have much time, Phoenix. Now listen. You've already won.
Huh?
You have that receipt in the court record, right?
Oh yeah. The one you wrote Maya on?
Phoenix, White wrote that, not me.
So what do I do with it?
Look at the front of the receipt.
The front? It's a regular receipt. Looks like it's from the famous department store. $1,000. Wow, big spender. Item: glass light stand. Date of purchase: September 4th. September 4th?
That's right, Phoenix. I bought that stand the day before I was killed.
Whoa.
Whoa. Now, what did Mr. White say in the testimony? It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder.
Said he saw the stand the week before the murder.
There you go. I think the court is about to be reconvened. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent. Now you just have to prove it.
Right.
All right. So that's still pretty self-explanatory. September 9th, 1:16 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 1. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. Is the defendant rather... Are you alright, Mr. Wright?
Yes, sorry, Your Honor. I'm fine now.
Then, let's start where we left off. Your Honor, there's nothing to go back to.
Cross-examination of Mr. White is finished. All that is required now is for you to pass judgment on the defendant, Phoenix Wright.
Your Honor, please, give me one more chance. I promise you, this is the last time I'll ask you.
But as Mr. Edgeworth has noted, the trial is more or less finished. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an opinion on this matter? I say, let us give Mr. Phoenix Wright his last chance. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. We got evidence now, motherfucker.
Okay,
Look at that stupid green off his face.
I have to press on him on that. Do you have proof? Oh.
Miss April May knew the details of Miss Faye's phone conversation. Right. Oh yeah, I think you just show the evidence there.
Oh, I figured it would just be... Wait, where's the receipt? Oh, there it is. Look closely at this. See the word Maya written in blood?
You're grasping.
I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt.
The other side?
Your Honor, would you tell the court what was written on the other side of that receipt?
Well, a glass light stand. And the date of the purchase, why, that's the day before the murder.
You see, Mr. White, when you allegedly entered Fay & Co. law offices at the beginning of September, the stand could not have been there. Well, Mr. White, can't get out of this one, can you?
No. It's impossible. That's not real. I know for a fact that's not real.
Uh-oh, he's losing it. Well, Your Honor, I understand there must be quite a bit of pressure on you. But I think you'll agree you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances.
Very well. Then that is all for the trial of... Oh, I wag the finger. Not so fast, Phoenix Wright.
Ugh. What? No way he can worm his way out of this one. Oh wait, I forgot. It's Edgeworth.
There is a certain thread of logic to the defendant's claim. However, there is no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent. Ergo, I would like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry into this matter.
Another inquiry? This isn't going to be another one of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes up evidence as he pleases. This is bad.
Object.
Obviously object, right?
Yeah.
Mr. White's guilt is obvious. There's no need to prolong this trial any further.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth. If anyone is going to call Mr. White to trial, it would be me, the prosecution. I need a day to ascertain whether these new claims have any basis in factual evidence. I see. Objection denied.
What?
The completion of the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright will be postponed until tomorrow.
Well, there's no telling what will happen if they can't end this now. Edgeworth is sure to come up with, or just make up, something. After Mia showed up to help me and all.
Ah, look at that smug grin. Mr. You're off. May I go home? Of course, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
The witness will stay.
Mia?
Phoenix, read this note out loud.
Yeah, what's this? Memo received from Mia. Your Honor, if I may.
You're quite persistent today, Mr. Wright.
You bet I am. My life is riding on this one. I have something I would like to read to the court.
That was the autopsy.
No, was it?
No, it wasn't? Okay.
Memo Mia had given me was a list of names. Many of them sound strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. That's when it happened.
So stop! Desist! Halt! Please stop! Make him stop! How did you get that list? Mr. White, Admit your guilt, right here, right now. Or else this list will be released to the press. I confess. I confess. I did it. I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the thinker. Case closed, Your Honor. Well, I see no reason to continue this trial. You guys want to grab some drinks, or... Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defense.
Yes, Your Honor. I guess you could say that. If only you knew how spirited it was.
Oh, snap. Well, this court finds the defense... rather, the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Yay! Confetti!
Confetti in the court!
I don't remember if that happened on the first trial or not. That is all. The court is adjourned. September 9th, 2, District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this again, but congratulations. You're lucky I was born a Fae.
I'm lucky I had both you and Maya on my side.
I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Phoenix. You risked a lot to help me, and Maya. I won't forget it as long as I live. Well,
as long as you live?
My time here is running out.
Huh?
Maya's powers are still weak. I can't stay here that long.
But, no, there's still so much to say.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll meet again.
Chief.
Hee hee. I'm not the chief anymore. Phoenix? Can you come to the office tonight? Say 9 o'clock?
The office?
I'll see you later.
Chief. Mia.
September 9th.
Being here, it's hard not to think about that night.
You came!
Mia?
I was kind of worried you might not.
Huh? Of course I came.
Well then. I'm pretty hungry. How about a burger?
Mia?
Wahaha, you should see your face.
Mia?
What are you talking about? It's me, Maya.
Maya?
What, did I look like my sister?
Looks like you were her.
I might be able to use that. Oh, Phoenix, go to the store and buy me lunch, would you?
Maya, why are you here?
Because of this! See, Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me.
Take care of... Huh?
She needs the office. This office. Someone has to help with the new Wright & Co. law offices. Damn, get your name on the building. And who better but me, Maya Fey, reporting for duty. Wait, no, on second thought, let's make this casual. Yo, Nick! Maya here, ready to get down to business?
Oh my goodness.
You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? It's a great name. Mia said that's what your friend Larry calls you.
Nick.
You know what this means? We're partners!
You know, when I think about it, it's Maya's fault I'm here now. But if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. Wright & Co. law offices. It's a good ring. Got a good ring to it. Yeah. Thanks, Maya.
Yeah, teamwork.
Good luck, Phoenix.
I'll always be here, watching.
I thought she'd be more involved in the game.
When I first played this for the first time, I'm like, wait, she's dead? Right. Okay, Nick, let's do it.
Huh? Do what?
Burgers, dummy. Burgers. There's a great burger joint just down the street. Come on, time's a-wasting.
Okay, wait up.
And she's like your Watson now in the game.
I figured, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
we're at the halfway point of the game, I think now.
Jeez. Alright.
You want to call it there?
Yeah.
All right. That was fun though.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying the game?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I kind of lost track of... Oh, you started the chapter.
I pressed B. Why did it do that? Okay. Stop.
No, we don't want spoilers.
Okay, well,
You saved it before this, though,
I
right?
did save it,
All
yeah.
right.
Okay, well, yeah. Bye.
Bye.